everybody, Michelle is here. Still Monday, and I put up some more pictures, um, to kind of give some, like evidence, maybe. I don't know what you want to call it, but just something, pictures to support what I've been saying all this time, and how everything kind of matches up. In other words, I was walking the talk and being truthful to the best of my memory. Okay, I still have some memory loss from Atlanta, you know, periods of Atlanta time. But it's so funny, I can remember everything else. So that's how I know that something was happening to me. Um, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my diary. I'm going to put some dates up. All right. Because I'll be real honest with you. When my mom got, when my mom got sick, I noticed that she had more problems when she started getting treatments for this and that and the other, and operations for this and that and the other. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating to be invaded like that. Have to go to the doctor, you have to undress, and you listen to these doctors lie, especially the cancer doctors, you liars. You bunch of liars. And because my mom had been having issues for years, with a certain area in her body, and they could never find anything. Nothing was found. Nothing was found. And then at one point I thought, okay, is this a phantom pain or something? Because it was like every 2 weeks. I'm telling you, if she wasn't going to the doctor for something, my dad was. And it's just amazing, after all these years, how my mom was suffering. They say, it was cancer. All of a sudden, it's cancer. It's cancer. And I remember when that doctor was saying that to me, he knew I was angry with him when he said it, because I know it was a bunch of bullshit. But unfortunately, I didn't have the power of attorney, and because I would have denied her treatment, and that would have been my choice. You have a choice with that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And I think these doctors are criminals, some of them, when it comes to that C word. But anyway, so like I said, the treatment was more draining than life itself for her. And these are my opinions and my theories, and I'm going to stand by them. But I think there's a lot of criminal activity going on when it comes to that C word, And she just gave up, basically. She was tired. Whatever treatment it was tiring her out, making her lethargic, just not even willing to wipe her own ass sometimes. Now tell me, why does treatment put people through that type of agony? So I'm suspicious of it all. Okay, especially cancer research. I'm suspicious. And I'm wondering what is really going on with that. What are you researching? And you telling me you can't find a cure? Or are you telling me you don't want a cure? You want to keep marketing and marketing and marketing and taking everybody's money and scaring the hell out of everybody. And again, no one's told me what the hell cancer looks like in real time versus normal cells. I'm annoyed because it's unnecessary. I'm annoyed because there's greed involved. And it's a handful of people doing it, and a lot of other people are just unsuspecting. Or maybe complicit. Okay, because if you're complicit, you're going to reap what you've sown as well. It's cause and effect. And that's not a threat. Okay. People of color are used as guinea pigs through cancer research. And I'm going to stand by that until you can prove otherwise. Why is there an increase in colon cancer? As soon as everybody wants to know the DNA of the, So again, my mom was just tired of that stuff. And I don't blame her. And I can guarantee, well, I'm not going to say that. Again, like I said, I think if you got to start asking questions about stuff, and know that because like I said, when that doctor was saying that she had cancer, I looked in his eyes and I could tell he was lying through his motherfucking teeth. But again, I didn't have the power of attorney, and I knew that everything was out of my hands. But at the same time, my mom, she became so depressed, and she had a history of it. And once somebody get into a deep depression like that, you really can't do anything about it. And I don't think her depression had anything to do with her health. I really don't. I think her depression had to do with her consciousness and her psyche. And those were not developed properly to defend herself, to protect herself, and to love herself. Those things started slipping away. And so she didn't care what she had, actually. Because I remember when the doctor said that to her, that she had cancer, she was like, oh, okay. It was like, okay. My mom had checked out years ago. And that's where it is. It's in the thoughts. Because we can heal ourselves. But no, certain organizations don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear it. And they will target people if anybody interferes. I know that I'll say I know it for a fact. Prove me otherwise. Again, you mess with the carriers, and you didn't know what the fuck you were doing. Now it's spreading into all communities of people, not just people of color. People of color were your guinea pigs, but you didn't understand carriers. Everything is about greed around cancer. Everything is about it. It's not about anything about eradicating it. Prove me otherwise. So again, you do have to have a developed psyche and a developed consciousness to be able to take on this evilness, acute evilness that lurks around this country and around this planet. And it's all greed-based. Because if you don't, you're not gonna make it. I can guarantee it. Take it from me. It takes a strong psyche and a strong consciousness to deal with acute evilness. So, cause and effect. Now everything is rapidly, out of control. Not to mention because we're overpopulated. So if we're overpopulated, it's going to spread even faster. Because we're on top of each other. So you're gonna hear. So that's why you hear these so-called cancer specialists talking about these rare cancers. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of the deception. And I'm tired of parents. I'm tired of children and descendants losing their parents unnecessarily, and putting these people through this torture on their bodies when it's unnecessary. Again, handful of people are doing it, But other people who are in this big money making $1 billion, $1 trillion industry, because that's what it is, it's an industry. It's not research at all. You're complicit as well. If you don't say something, because you know something's going on. And you know something's suspicious, but you refuse to say anything because you're so invested. You got these large student loans, and that's how they get you as well. You get these 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, even probably higher medical student loans, and then that's how you become a slave to the system. Because who's going to pay off 200, 300, 400,000 student loans when it's difficult as it is to live on the basic salaries that we have? Okay. I've been wanting to say something about this for a while, but again, I waited until my parents were safe and sound. Again, there's nefariousness, corruption, evilness in the cancer research environment. Okay? And those of you that participate in it, you're just as complicit. And there is cause and effect. And you do reap what you've sown. And you should see what's happening now. Children with these rare cancers? Are you kidding me? Interference is what caused all of this. And we need courageousness to step forward and expose all of this. And finally put a stop to it. Okay? Peace and love.